It is my pleasure to be here and to also welcome all of you to this field day being hosted by SeedCo Vegetables. So many of you know that it was Prime SeedCo, it is still Prime SeedCo, which now trades as SeedCo Vegetables. And we must remember that we do have SeedCo Vegetables, as it is now one of the leading vegetable companies in this country. I'm told that this is an annual event which we should continuously look forward to, not just because it affords us time to meet with some of our colleagues in the agricultural industry, but because it is at these platforms and events that we get to share knowledge and experiences in the horticultural sector. The vegetable sector in Zimbabwe is very important in this country. In fact, it is part of the horticulture industry, which we all know. And the horticulture industry is not small. I think in the last few days, you saw a report which says we are now the biggest producer in Southern Africa of, in fact, in the world, of blueberries. So we are indeed the biggest producer of blueberries. And our genetics for vegetables are renowned. That is why and how we can manage to also attract partners such as Dr. Lillian there, because they see the potential that we have. So as we celebrated this field day, we must remember the critical role that our farmers play in ensuring food and nutritional security in our country. So it is not important to only have food security, but it is very important for us to have food and nutritional security. The reason why you don't hear of kwashiorkor these days is because we are nutritionally secure. So when we talk about vegetables, we are talking about a very critical component of our food security nexus. We are also aware that many of the challenges that face the industry, including climate change, pests and diseases, market fluctuations, we know that those exist. But we are here because we believe, and we believe that we can come up with solutions to these things. It is disheartening to see how, if we don't work together, we may not come to find solutions. But we are gathered here at a vegetable company which has been able to innovate and surmount a lot of challenges. I'm told that the vegetables that we will see today were hit by hailstorm 3 times in the last 1.5 weeks. When we are supposed to be having a drought, they were busy being hit by hailstorm. And now I don't want to say that this is the 4th time that they are hit again. But despite that, we soldier on. As government, we have the Horticulture Recovery and Growth Plan, which we launched a few years ago. And the purpose of the Horticulture Recovery and Growth Plan is exactly what it says: to recover and to grow the horticultural sector. And we know it is a sector that used to contribute more than $200 million a year. We had gone down to less than $60 million per year, and now we are on the rebound when we are seeing again the growth and the increased contribution of the horticultural sector to our GDP. So horticulture presents an opportunity for us to increase food security, to do import substitution, to enhance exports, as we've seen particularly with the blueberry, to increase employment creation and also to generate and increase household incomes. Ladies and gentlemen, with this support from government, this will radically transform our economic landscape to heights that we have not witnessed before. And this I say with the confidence that I have and that we have, that we are going to break and smash all records of production and contribution to GDP. So we have seen our records being broken and smashed in wheat production, where this year we produced 468,000 metric tons. This has never been witnessed in this country. So we smash records. We have produced 296 million kgs of tobacco, never done in this country. So we smash records. This year, you can clap again. Yeah. Unless you forget, because this is immense. It's happening during your time. Look at your neighbor and say, it's actually happening. Because those that come after you will read this in the history books. You are not reading it, you are experiencing it. So we are closer as we speak to 100 million liters of milk, raw milk. So we are smashing records and we won't stop smashing them. So we are living in an era where our agriculture industry is on the rebound. Setbacks such as climate change, El Nino, will not deter us. We will continue. I will explain very soon how we are going to be able to live with or without climate change. So SeedCo Vegetables' commitment to research and product development, as well as their use of modern technologies, has enabled them to produce high quality vegetable seeds that are in great demand in Zimbabwe and elsewhere. This presents a significant contribution to the company. This presents a significant contribution to the growth of our economy. The government of Zimbabwe recognizes the significant contribution the company has made to the country's horticulture subsector and consequently to the country's food security. Indeed, my ministry appreciates the strategic role that SeedCo Vegetables is playing in research, product development, production, and distribution of top quality certified seed to the farming community. And here I must emphasize that they are distributing top quality certified seed. There are some people who use retained seed. Let's not take our country back to history, because it is important to move with the modern developments. And what SeedCo Vegetables is doing in developing top quality products must be applauded. So farmers are encouraged to use certified seed, not seed zimweziaziaits. Very soon that it has rained today, we'll see farmers rush to Mbare Musika and unotengeserwa zvimbeu nembeu dziri mumasaga, tengai mhanye mvura yatonaya munosvika yapera kwamunotengesera kuya ndekupi farm and city hakuchisina, kuSeedCo yakatopera mbeu, tengai iri pano, wotengeserwa fake seed. aiwa, we want vanhu vanotenga certified seed from reputable shops and outlets. So I believe that the effective and efficient coordination, developed interventions between research institutions, private sector, and the farming community is most essential in making the best use of resources in the agricultural sector. In addition, allow me to single out the efforts and significant role SeedCo Vegetables is playing in the horticulture scope in providing the hybrid vegetables and linking farmers with off-takers. I applaud the synergy which is there with Zimtrade here. I hope they are represented here. As farmers take farming to the next level and grab the low-hanging fruits of export markets which are open. I'm excited to announce that SeedCo Vegetables has commercialized over 100 hybrid vegetables. I think here we should clap hands. And these are top quality premium varieties which are tailor-made to meet the requirements of each farmer. If I was still in the marketing platform, I was going to say it doesn't matter whether you are in Cholocho, in Checheche, in Nyanga, in Menezi, you have your particular tailor-made SeedCo variety. The focus being obviously on high-yielding and excellent disease tolerance, high and long shelf life, field holding capacity, and top-notch quality. In this regard, I salute the SeedCo Vegetables family. I would also therefore always encourage the company to continue the collaborative efforts with their partners, notably Dr. Lillian representing HM Close, to leverage their global exposure and take advantage of the facilities and the skills they possess. Collaborations are very important. This is why even as a country we say Zimbabwe is open for business. In addition, the company has also demonstrated a strong commitment to sustainable agriculture. Their use of environmentally friendly farming practices such as crop rotation, integrated pest management has reduced the impact of farming on the environment. As we tour the farm today, because we are going to tour that now the rains have given us a chance, I am confident that we will witness the first-hand dedication and the hard work of farmers and staff who make this company a success. I am also hopeful that we will learn from their experiences and be inspired to implement similar practices on our farms and businesses. I was told that the field that we are touring today, as I said, was hit by a hailstorm last week, Monday. It was hit by a hailstorm again, and this challenge is faced by many farmers. And today it's hit again by a hailstorm. This field is very unfortunate. But we need the rains. So we encourage farmers to ensure their crops, to plant trees as wind breaks with the crops. I'm told they recovered before the rains just now. So now they are hit again, so we wish them a speed recovery. So the rains are with us. And yesterday, if there's any person who worry about the rains, it's myself. when everyone talks about so I feel it to the core, because it is my responsibility and the ministry's responsibility to ensure that with or without El Nino there is food security. With or without the rains there is food security. With or without climate change there is food security. But guess what? Climate change is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. So we cannot wish it away. It's here. This is why you see a few hours ago it was simmering hot, and now you are looking for jackets. You were crying for rains yesterday, today it has rained. I can tell you tomorrow it will be very hot again. That's climate change. There's only one thing that we must do, is either we adapt to it. In fact, there are two options. It's either we adapt or we adapt. Those are the only two options. So at the ministry, we say that we utilize those two options effectively. So we adapt and then we adapt again. So the first adaptation is at the household level, where we must climate proof our production. And of course, you are all aware of the Fumvudza Intrasa program that is specifically meant to climate proof our production at the household level. So every household must have at least one plot of Fumvudza. Every household must have at least 2 plots of Fumvudza. Every household must have at least 3 plots of Fumvudza. The 1 plot is important for the household food security. The 2 plots are important for the commercial side of the household. The 3 plots are important for ensuring that even their livestock are saved. So we need how many plots? 1, 2, and 3 at least. So food security at household level is very important. And when we are here at the SeedCo Vegetables Field Day, we also then add the food and nutritional security is important. We know that most vegetables are grown sustainably in an environmentally friendly manner. So using organic resources may not be as big as the Fumvudza plot, but certainly every household must have vegetables from SeedCo Vegetables. Apa masina majera zikaubiraika. Sydney hoye! Fumvudza hoye! SeedCo Vegetables hoye! Ndaita mudumenika. So we climate proof at the household level. That's the first level of adaptation to climate change. The second level is that of the larger scale, where we climate proof by irrigation. So in Zimbabwe, with the water bodies that we have, we must utilize them to climate proof our production. I will break down to you. I know that we are here at the vegetable field day, but usavi unongoda uri wesadza anditika tikarishaya tiwana tidye usavi. In fact, ukaonekwa uchidya usavi chete pasina sadza unotonzi uri murombo. Ndosaka ma-vegan people vasina kuwanda, vanotya kunzi they are poor. So irrigation development is key, and we must utilize all our water bodies for irrigation development. And we must focus first at ensuring that irrigation gives us security on production of our cereal crops, because those give us the security for food. So when we quote our investors, we want them to invest in this climate proofing agenda, where we are saying go to a water body, develop irrigation. As government, we have embarked on a robust rural development 8.0 programming, where we are saying amongst the 8 things that we are pushing as government, there is a strong rural development programming which we do, where we have said let's drill a borehole in every village. So all the 35,000 villages in this country, each one of them will eventually have a borehole. But not only that, we don't want, the borehole is not the aim of government, but our aim by drilling the borehole is to ensure that there is that enablement for the village to be able to do anything it wants, because water is the greatest enabler to improving livelihoods. So once the borehole is sunk, we immediately put a nutritional garden there. So we have stopped calling them a borehole and a nutrition garden. We now call those village business units, because they are indeed businesses. So the villagers in that village start to work in the garden or in the business. The expectation is that they work there and get a monthly wage from what they are producing. And at the end of the day, they also calculate their profits and declare a dividend. So all the village participants in essence become employees and become shareholders who get a dividend from the village business unit. That is what we want to see. All these village business units, they are and they have been and they will be registered as companies which can trade, which can borrow money, and which can market as they wish. So that is the grand aim of the village business units. And I was talking to the MD that the village business units, their first call is for them to produce low-cost vegetables. And we wish these were supplied by SeedCo vegetables. Of course, apart from the village business units which are in every village, we will also have such a setting at every school. And so every school will have a school business unit. The name of the school is the name of the company that is formed out of the school business units. I also know that we have many youths that are dotted around, that are in here. And we said in every ward in Zimbabwe, we must set up one structure, two structures such as like that to cater for the youths. So in every ward, out of the 1,600 wards, every ward must have 2 youth business units. So 2 companies for the youth in every ward. And so this is a call to the youth to say, go set up those businesses. We will support you as youth. And when you start your youth business unit, start with SeedCo vegetables. So as government, we give you the borehole, we put the garden for you, and we plant the first vegetables from SeedCo vegetables for you. And this is because we believe that farming is a business at any level. That's why I talked to you when I said the first adaptation is at household level, where we say you do 1, 2, 3 Fumvudza plots. The first one is for your food security. The second one is already for business. So even with Fumvudza, it must be farming as a business. Once we get where we have water as an enabler, whether it's our business units that we are setting up or it's a large irrigation scheme, we must emphasize on farming as a business. And when we say that, I always give you the example, you know, the bread that you eat from your Serena wheat, I don't know whether that is white or yellow now. But the bread that you eat, the wheat was grown in Chivu, at Chivu irrigation scheme. That wheat, Serena was transported to Chivu GMB. Then a few months later, when the GMB depots in Harare got finished for wheat, they then took that wheat from Chivu, transported it all the way to Marondera, where there is a big bakery. So there they mill it into flour. Then they bake it. Then they bring trucks from Marondera. They transport again that wheat now in the form of bread. They drop some for you, Watchman, in Harare. But they also proceed to Chivu irrigation scheme to sell those farmers bread. Now the bread costs $1. I don't know how much wheat is in that bread. But I think that bread is traveled a kilometer. That wheat is traveled a kilometer. Ingaita $1. Shingaita $1. Shiwezera nditi. Shiwezera zvacho. Aish. But mukafamba kuno chadhura chingwa ichi. But let's make our bread cheaper by making it not travel these many kilometers. Why don't we put, I guess you can click there. Why don't we put smaller flour mills in Chifu? Smaller bakeries right in the irrigation scheme. If they have access, they can sell to Chifu town. So bread doesn't have to travel so many kilometers. And certainly the wheat doesn't have to travel so many kilometers. We must think local industrialization. And this is how we can realize the vision of our president, where we must get rural development, which is based on rural industrialization. These rural industries are developed by us. When we say that there is an opportunity, so there is no point of transporting the raw materials only for them to be processed and brought back to where they were produced. We must think local industries. So I believe that SeedCo is contributing a lot to the rural industrialization agenda. This is why through the seeds and through SeedCo vegetables, they are sparing rural development. It is up to us who get these vegetable seeds to develop industries. Who said that we can't dry vegetables right where we grow them and sell them as a value added? Who said that we can't package our potatoes well for the export market right where they are produced? So we need to start thinking of value chains and develop our industries right where we are producing. So this is the vision, Vachimanya. As you do your vegetable business, we are saying let's create jobs, let's create raw industries, let's develop the countryside to be able to improve livelihoods for our people. Finally, and I will say finally, then I will say in conclusion, then I will say as I sit down. So finally, I would like to express my gratitude to all the farmers who joined us here today and your unwavering support to the agricultural industry. Thank you all for being here and for your continued support to the vegetable industry. Let us work together to create a brighter future for our farmers, for our communities, and for our nation. Allow me to thank you again, Mrs. Ndawi Burajena, for inviting me to witness the great work that you are carrying out here. Let's clap hands again for the General Manager. On behalf of government, I would want to praise you and your dedicated team. Government will always support the efforts that you are making. I thank you.